In 1964, the World's Fair theme was Peace Through Understanding, which was a noble goal, but really had little to do with what was going on in New York City or America at the time. There was no peace and very little understanding, in fact. The civil rights movement was going on, and in fact, the World's Fair became a target for civil rights activists here in New York, because just everyone thinks the movement happened in the South, but it happened here in New York City, where people were advocating for years to get jobs. I mean, after all, a World's Fair is a great public works. It's a stimulus package. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of construction jobs, and African Americans and other minorities were kept out of it. So on the opening day of the World's Fair, there were massive protests. There was something that was going to be a stall-in, which was a breakaway group from CORE, the Congress of Racial Equality, wanted to make a kind of dramatic political gesture where hundreds of people were going to get into cars and stall, so thus no one would get to the World's Fair. It didn't happen that way, but they got their point across. James L. Farmer, Jr., who was the executive director of CORE, he was against the stall-in, but he thought to get control back of his group, which was a national organization. He met with presidents, he met with Kennedy, he met with Johnson. He decided to have a traditional, if you will, civil rights protest inside the World's Fair, where he stood in front of certain buildings and was arrested and was actually carried off.